Good evening and welcome to the ITS World Congress 2014 Daily Recap. I'm John Richard with the Michigan Department of Transportation.
And I'm Nigel Francis, Automotive Advisor to the Governor of Michigan and Head of the Michigan Automotive Office within the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. It's very exciting to be here in Detroit for this international gathering where over the next week 10,000 of the world's top transportation officials, policymakers and advanced technology leaders are coming together for an event that will shape transportation systems of the future right here in Detroit.
This is the 21st World Congress on Intelligent Transportation Systems. The conference alternates between the Americas, Europe, and Asia, and this year's event, from an attendance standpoint, is the largest ever in the Americas.
That's right. More than 65 nations will be represented here, all of the top leaders across the globe, and it will also feature the largest technology showcase of any ITS World Congress ever held. More than 30 large-scale on-road demonstrations will give us a glimpse into the future of transportation. Over the next 5 nights, we will be bringing you some of the exciting highlights from this event.
Highlights, yes, with 275 sessions, 300,000 square feet of exhibit space, and those 30-plus demonstrations. We can't possibly cover it all, but we hope these nightly recaps will give you a taste of this great global event and what an honor and privilege it is to have all of this right here in Detroit.
Michigan put the world on wheels. It's where it all started, and now we're busy leading the future of world mobility. The 21st ITS World Congress is an opportunity for Michigan to continue to lead in innovative transportation and show that we're not only the manufacturing epicenter, but also that we run on brain power as well. We sat down with Michigan Department of Transportation Director and ITS America Board Chair Kirk Steidl to talk about the importance of this event.
The ITS World Congress is really a coming together of private companies and public agencies from all over the world. So it's dealing with intelligent transportation. So intelligent transportation is everything from adaptive signals that change when there's a car in front of the traffic signal, to the big message boards you see, to the data sharing that goes on between vehicles as we look forward to connected vehicles as well. This is really a very opportune time to be here. There's so much going on in connected and automated vehicles, and the attendance is just really going through the roof. You know, one of the things that's really interesting about the ITS World Congress, and specifically this one here in Detroit, it deals with technologies that people are going to see in their car. Frankly, they're seeing some of them right now that automakers are already putting into cars. They're hearing about it on the news. They're hearing about Google and automated vehicles. But there's also a piece that reaches well into the future. You know, as we think about how do people move around 20 years from now, what's the technology look like? That's clearly not as well defined, but what is defined is the technology's coming. The discussion that's happening in society right now about how we move around and how do we do that more safely, the discussion about autonomous vehicles, connected vehicles, that's driving the attendance at this World Congress. And frankly, there isn't a better place in the world to have this conference and have this serious conversation than right here in Detroit.
A lot to look forward to this week, and it all started earlier today with the high-level policy roundtable.
This discussion brought together public sector policy leaders from around the world to discuss global transportation issues. These top transportation officials discussed their thoughts, ideas, and plans for making use of ITS-enabled solutions with regard to current technologies and economic conditions with other transportation ministers. This session has become a regular feature at the ITS World Congress, giving policymakers an opportunity to learn from one another and ultimately advance the deployment of intelligent transportation systems worldwide.
Each nation faces its own set of challenges when it comes to implementing this new technology. But while conditions and circumstances vary, the goals and promise of this technology are the same. It will improve the world's infrastructure, reduce the negative impacts of surface transportation on the environment, reduce congestion, provide a viable means for our aging population to remain mobile, and most importantly, save lives.
Now, Nigel, when we talk about technology in any field in the future, the goals seem a little bit lofty, a little bit far-fetched. What do we have to do to make these goals a reality for transportation?
So good question. Technology development and adoption is not the limiting factor. Let's remember that we put a man on the moon. Let's also remember that thousands of aircraft fly every day on autopilot. The major constraining factors will be capital investment in infrastructure and public acceptance. Have no doubt that automated and autonomous vehicles will happen, and we will be at the centre of the innovation, development and manufacturing into the future.
Talk about the merging technology. How do we take this technology that we have today and basically incorporate it into transportation? How do we make it work?
So we're at the cusp of change today. We see increasing smart content in vehicles such as adaptive cruise control, automated emergency braking and lane departure warning. These technologies are being coupled with global positioning and local image and proximity sensing to enable a safe and effective transition towards automated and autonomous driving. This is exciting for everyone, both developers and eventual consumer users. We're all able to see how technology will change the lives of most people on the planet again, and the great and talented workforce in Michigan is already at the forefront of this all.
Yeah, this is right in your wheelhouse, so we'll be going to your perspective throughout the week, so thank you for sharing that with us. Now, our production this week is combined with an effort of the Michigan Department of Transportation and the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. But it really would not be possible at all without the help and assistance of some students from the Specs Howard School of Media Arts, based right here in Detroit.
It wasn't all that long ago when cars were cars and computers were computers. But today,
we've got to do it together. And that's why our remarks today, we're talking about the importance of all automakers coming together and putting V2V, governments working with industry and investing in V2I infrastructure technology, because that truly will, I think, advance the whole area.
technology plays a role in almost every aspect of today's transportation industry, from how roads and bridges are engineered to vehicles that drive themselves. DOTs and car manufacturers are working with communication companies that tie the cars and infrastructure together. Then add in the technology industry, the universities and research centers, investment companies, representatives from federal, state, and local units of government, and you have the ITS World Congress, the most important transportation technology gathering held each year. At Coble Hall, I'm Stephen Riley.
Most of the delegates have arrived and things got officially underway for all the participants late this afternoon with opening ceremonies.
Attendees were welcomed by Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan, Windsor, Ontario Mayor Eddie Francis, and Michigan Economic Development Corporation President and CEO Mike Finney, providing the keynote speech and setting the tone for the rest of the week. General Motors CEO Mary Barra, who made remarks about the changing transportation environment around the world, as well as the rapidly evolving technology of connected, automated, autonomous, and electric vehicles.
No other suite of technologies offers so much potential for good, and it's time to turn that potential into reality.
That'll do it for our wrap-up of Day 1 from the 2014 ITS World Congress in Detroit.
Lots of great things going on tomorrow, including the opening of the Technology Showcase and demonstrations out of Belle Isle and Atwater Place, and the exhibit hall floor at Cobo Hall will be open for business as well.
Be sure to check in with us tomorrow for all the day's happenings. We leave you tonight with a look back at excitement of Day 1 with over 10,000 participants arriving here in Detroit.